What is good, people? What is going on? It is a fresh new month, October. We are very close to the launch of the new generation of consoles, but on top of that, we are somewhat close to more DLC coming out for Mortal Kombat 11, and I wanted to talk about that and my thoughts and opinions on the recent data mined information that has come up regarding MK11 and in particularly Mileena's inclusion in Combat Pack 2. I'm gonna have this gameplay playing in the background. It's quite a good game, so I hope you enjoy that also. Now, these leaks, they're not necessarily leaks because nothing has really been confirmed. They're just information gathered and extracted from data mining, right? And the Cine seems to be the guy that is gathering majority of this information for us to see. I don't think NRS is stupid enough to not realize that these so-called leaks are out. So if they have some sort of code within the data, I don't think they would like associate the codes with specific characters. They made that mistake before, and we were aware of some of the characters that would be released for Combat Pack 1. I don't know if they're stupid enough to do that same mistake twice. So if, for instance, the data says Rain, I don't think that necessarily means Rain is going to be included in Combat Pack 2. Rain might be, I don't know, a code name for something else like Candyman or Rambo or whoever guest characters they plan to include in this new Combat Pack 2 that is to come out sometime later in this game's life cycle. But it's funny how last summer, at least, no one would have thought that Rain would be included into the game because Shang Tsung has Rain's abilities when he shapeshifts. Same thing with Reptile, and the same thing with Mileena, that Katana has a couple moves that is Mileena-esque moves in her Half-Blood stance. Yet now that we have this data mine information, people are really going out of their way to announce that they're basically in Combat Pack 2. But my thing is, there's not been no information regarding a potential adaptation to the Aftermath DLC, like an extension to it. And that is what makes me not believe any of the information and the leaks that have been coming out recently. Because like, if you look at the history of NRS when they release characters since MKX up to now, Tanya was introduced to the game because she's actually in the story mode of MKX, so that's an easy inclusion into the game. Characters such as Predator, Terminator, Robocop, Joker, since they're guest characters, they just appear in the game. There's no introduction to them, right? So a lot of the talk has been about Rain and Mileena being in this game in the Combat Pack 2, but no one can explain how they will be introduced to the game because they're not guest characters. So they have to be introduced into the game.
There's a lot that is involved in creating a character, from designing the costume.
Então tem muita coisa envolvida na criação do personagem, desde criar a aparência dele,
doing the 3D modeling,
fazer a modelagem em 3D,
writing the story and coming up with the special moves, writing the story and coming up with the special moves, and there are different teams that work on each part of those.
We already know Rain is not in the story mode and Mileena isn't in the story mode, So my question is, how would they be introduced into the game? Because they're not gonna just appear like Joker, Terminator, Robocop, but those guest characters anyway. They're not gonna. Mileena and Rain won't just appear in the game. They have to be introduced. There has to be a purpose for why they're in the game. If you look at the Aftermath endings, spoiler alert, the only, and this is just my opinion, this is like a hypothesis, like this is just a theory that I don't think it will even be the case, but it's the only potential possibility for Mileena in her case, right? And that would be in Shang Tsung's ending, which is the bad ending of Aftermath. He says to Raiden and Fujin that, you know, has these other realms been conquered, and they said yes they have, because they're now his minions, and there's two more realms to be conquered, the Chaos Realm and another realm. So my theory is Shang Tsung revives back Mileena the same way they revived back Sindel from the coffin into the soul chamber from revenant form, and maybe she assists in capturing Chaos Realm. That is a stretch, but I don't know. I don't think that is the case that will happen, but it could happen, because the thing is, there's no reason for Shang Tsung to bring her back anyway, because he's all powerful and almighty, because he has the crown. And the next thing is Mileena died in MKX from Devora. So can the soul chamber revive someone back from the dead, or can they just bring, I guess, someone from being a revenant into their natural self? I don't know. I think it can, but there was an interesting intro dialogue between Jade and Raiden, where Jade asks Raiden if her revenant form can be reverted back to human form, and Raiden says it's possible. So if that's possible, then maybe it's possible to bring back Mileena that way, since she's dead, or Shang Tsung could just go into a timeline where Mileena is actually alive. So there is that. But that is one of the reasons why I don't think she is in the game, because there's no purpose of her being in the game. I would want her in the game, but she's not in the story mode, and she's not in the Aftermath. So the only possible way she can be in the game is if there is a extension to the Aftermath. If they announce that they are including a added on story mode like with Aftermath, then I'm gonna be hyped, because that will open the door to characters like Rain and Mileena being in game, which also makes me think Cyrax and Sector could potentially be in this, because they were in the story mode. So that is a possibility, but regardless, I just don't think that Rain and Mileena are gonna be included in the Combat Pack 2. The leaks aren't strong enough for me to believe that they're included. I've been wrong before, but it's not very often that I'm incorrect about these kind of things, because I just look too deep into it, and there just has to be a reason. And another thing is, if she is in the game, will she be as good as she should be? Which is why I'm not really on begging or forcing NRS to include her in the game, because if, like I said in a past video, if you force them to make a character to be included into the game that they originally wouldn't have made, if that character is I don't know, low tier or needs fixing, they're not gonna fix the character. They're not gonna buff the character because you asked them, begged them to include the character in the first place. So now you can't just ask for buffs. So that's why I'm very quiet on things, and I'm happy with the game anyway as it is, regardless. If there is a room for inclusion of Rain and Mileena, that would be awesome, but they would have to make a expansion to the Aftermath story, which is also possible, but there's been no news or anything like that, so that doesn't make me think and believe that she's going to be in the game. So I don't really believe any of the leaks as of late, but that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. I do feel like Rambo is going to be in the game because I feel like a lot of the information that has come out is leading in that direction. Like it reminds me of Terminator. Like there was some faint rumors about Terminator, and then there was data mine information, and it's just like, why would they add the Terminator? And then they added the Terminator. So I kind of have a feeling Rambo would be in, but other than that, I don't believe anything else. But like, share, comment, follow me on Twitch as well, and let me know your thoughts on all the information and the potential of Mileena being in Comet Pack 2 and Rain being included in the game. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Later.
At least try.
Final round. Fight. Finish him. Mercy.
Too slow.
Finish him. Brutality.
That was fantastic.
Kitana wins.